Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from the campus of Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school JV girls soccer contest between the hosting Newton South High Lions and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. This game is the first of a double-header, and I'll have coverage of the varsity game as well right after this one concludes. But we got what should be a nice matinee opener here on this fine overcast Saturday late afternoon here in Newton with this JV contest. Wi-Fi is looking a little shaky out here in Newton. I've had my share of ups and downs fighting with the connection out here at Newton South. And, can really only hope that it'll keep itself relatively even as we go, keep itself relatively okay. If not, I am recording this, and I will be able to post a fully recorded version later. In the meantime, if anyone notices any technical difficulties, including letting me know how good or bad the stream is going for you guys on your end, you can let me know in the live chat. I did get a roster for Newton South today. Unfortunately, it didn't have jersey numbers, so I'm not going to be able to narrate Newton South's players by names. I'm just going to be narrating it based on jersey numbers. For Brookline, I'm just going to be I've got names and jersey numbers, but I've also been told that there might be some varsity backups who appear in this one. Might get some playing time, so there might be some players I'm not familiar with. If anyone in the live chat recognizes anybody or knows someone who might have a different jersey number from what I've got on my roster, again, I encourage you to let me know in the live chat. There might be a bit of a delay between you letting me know about something and me being able to acknowledge it, because I might, just due to the shaky Wi-Fi connection, I'm probably going to be a number of minutes ahead of you guys who are watching this live. But, regardless of everything, we are still going to play. It's not raining, which is nice considering the precipitation we've been dealing with for the past couple of days, in particular yesterday. So here's hoping the skies stay, not necessarily clear, because obviously we're very overcast out here, but here's hoping that the skies stay dry, as it were. And already I think I see possibly one of the varsity backups who might be getting some playing time today. I see a player out there wearing number 3 who is not on the JV roster. I am guessing that is Jada Kimbrough. Jada Kimbrough, of course, one of the backups on the varsity squad who's going to be playing right after this. Brookline hoping they can get, some of their depth pieces some playing time, maybe get them a little warmed up in case they want them to play a bigger role tonight in the varsity game. So we'll see what we get from the Brookline roster. They've got 2 goalkeepers available. In the magenta keeper jersey is Emily Morse, and the black jersey is Chloe Price. Last JV game I covered, they had each of them play a half, and it looks like they're going to have Emily Morse playing the first half between the pipes for Brookline. Looks like Newton South is going to get the opening possession of the first half here. Newton South in the orange, Brookline in the white. And here we go. Start with a pass back. Newton South working on the near side, a pass up to number 8, who's being double teamed, but somehow no, out of bounds. Brookline ball, just didn't have the room there. Elin Lindgren Palm throws it in for number 8, Olivia Baker. Pass broken up and recovered by Newton South. Pass back to number 8, whose pass ricochets like a pinball, gets it up, but then the pass back intercepted by number 23, Avera Willers. Long leading pass aimed at Lindgren Palm, rolls out of bounds. Throw in goes into number 8, who taps it back. Long kick towards the middle. Received by number 22, who passes it to the outside to number 2. A long leader is intercepted by number 21, Alina Bandari Cordoba, and Brookline takes it back. Pass across to the near side. Kicked up field, and that's going to be out of reach for Lindgren Palm off the kick from Willers. Throw in goes off number 8 and out of bounds. Both teams kind of favoring this near side of the field and running into some tight spaces as a result. Throw in goes off the foot, I believe, of Kimbrough, and booted into the air by a Lions defender, out of bounds. Once again, Warriors ball. Willers going to throw this one in now, throws it into Baker. Tapped back to Willers. Up to Baker. Baker fakes one way and dribbles towards the middle. Long pass up to Kimbrough. Kimbrough fighting. Could not get around the Newton South center back there as it's taken away. Racing upfield is number 8, heading up the near side. Pass towards the middle, finds its target. 26 turns around, sends a centering kick, but it's knocked away by the Brookline defense. That outlet pass, though, intercepted by number 8, and they get back on the attack. Lindgren Palm cuts it off. Willers could not clear it. And with the power of numbers, 8 and 26 able to take that ball back. Pass to the middle, intercepted by Baker. Baker's pass miscommunicated with Lindgren Palm, out of bounds. Throw in is deflected several ways, but collected by the Lions. Pass deflected and kicked away by Brookline. Knocked out of bounds. Kimbrough was trying to get some forward momentum, but it's Newton South ball. Throwing up the line, cut off by Lindgren Palm, but kicked forward by 11. Kicked back by Riley Jernigan, but controlled by number 8. Pass up the near side to 26. 26 into the corner, trying to gain the edge on Jernigan. Jernigan, physical there, and it's finally kicked out of bounds, and they call goal kick. Very physical play down there in the corner, and important to note for this JV game, there's only one official out there on the field with the players, so the field of view for the officials is going to be noticeably limited compared to the 2 official setup that you usually see at the varsity level. So players can potentially get away with a little more than they might normally be able to. Goal kick from Jernigan, sliced to the near side, and Willers barely keeps that one in bounds. It's flying upfield, whiffed by the back. Jada Kimbrough off to the races, cuts to the middle, pass across, crashing in, and the goalie slides in but can't get it. Brookline trying to attack, and they couldn't, and it's a goal kick. A prime chance for number 14, Anna Baker-Dimmock, but just ran out of room. Her initial push forward went a little too far, and the goalie came out and could not quite grab it, but deflected it just enough that the defenders crashed around and turned it into a big old mess of players in the box, and Baker-Dimmock could not find a clean shot from that vantage point. Astrid Nigrovic tries a pass, but it's broken up by the Lions. Lions trying to work up the far side. Upfield it goes, out of bounds. This one will be thrown in by Cordoba. Thrown into Nigrovic. Back to Cordoba. Up the line. Downed and controlled by Kimbrough. To the middle, it misses its target, and it's taken away by the Lions. Pass up to 26, goes back to 11, who boots it high. Race to the ball, Jernigan taps it forward, gets to Nigrovic. Now to the near side to Willers. Willers stood up by number 8. It's knocked out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in to Nigrovic. Pass back to Jernigan. Across to Hannah Greer. Greer up the near side, Cordoba. Cordoba down the line, kick forward, cut off. Lions kick it back. And disrupted there in the middle by Brookline, and it's going to be controlled by the Warriors. Pass goes back to Greer. Greer winds up and kicks one forward. Bouncing along. And controlled by Brookline. Tap forward for Kimbrough. Kimbrough looking for an angle. Tries to pass one back. Intercepted. Just didn't really have the best shooting angle from that diagonal angle there. So tried to pass for a better angle and just didn't have a passing lane either. Newton South works it upfield. Disrupted by Jernigan, but recovered. Out on the far side by 22, and she keeps it in bounds. Kick towards the middle, walled down by Jernigan and booted away. Corralled by 11. 11 kicks it forward to, I think, 13. Another couple passes, heads towards the middle. 11's got a race for it. Kicks it upfield, kicked back by Lindgren Palm. Gets to Nigrovic. Nigrovic, a long leading kick. It's a race for the ball, but the goalie gets there before Baker-Dimmock can. And it's rolled in. Up the far side, the Lions work. Intercepted again by Brookline. Up the far side to Baker-Dimmock. Long pass too far for Kimbrough and scooped up. This one punted into the air. And it's a penalty committed by Newton South as number 8 got tangled up with Brookline's number 8, Olivia Baker. Kicked up into the air, deflected down, fighting for it is Kimbrough, but it's knocked away. Call a penalty on Brookline this time. Free kick for the Lions, downed by Baker. Baker up to Kimbrough, tried to send it back for Baker, missed the mark, and it's taken away. Kicked up to number 8, who's racing up the near side. Lindgren Palm in pursuit, trying to gain the edge. Willers comes over to assist and knocks it out of bounds. Throw in. Deflects back and forth between several players, and Willers clears it out. Controlled by 11, passed forward to 12. Couldn't get much on that pass there. Jernigan kicks it, goes off the official. And a scrum for the ball is recovered by Brookline's Eva Berkson. Berkson, a long kick up the near side. It's a race to the ball. Lindgren Paul might get there first. Just barely cut off by the center back, 21, but Lindgren Palm steals it back. Pass back to Berkson. Berkson surveying. Kicks it up the middle, and it's intercepted and booted away by the Lions. Controlled now by Greer. Greer launches one towards the box, taken off one hop by the keeper. Little under 30 minutes left here in this 40-minute half. No score as of yet. Kick is down by Nigrovic. Pass to the outside for Baker Dimmock. Baker Dimmock comes around, kicks it, and it's wide of the net. You said some varsity players might be playing today? Okay, got it. 8? Okay. Jada's number 3? And is Jameson McGee 20? 23? Got it. Thank you. No, I appreciate it. Yeah. All right, I just got an update on some jersey numbers that's going to help out a little bit, as we do have some varsity backups playing in today's game, and some of them shared jersey numbers with some JV players that are not presently out there. So just a quick correction as Brookline launches another attack, and it's taken by the keeper. Number 1 is not Astrid Nigrovic. It is, in fact, Paige Hammond. Number 8 is not Olivia Baker. It is, in fact, Juliana Siegel. And number 23 is not Avera Willers. It is, in fact, Jameson McGee. And I was correct that number 3 is Jada Kimbrough. So that's what I've got so far. I think everything else is on the up and up. As this one is cleared away. 26 corrals it, pass back, kick up, knocked down by McGee. Taken by 12, kicked back up to 8. 8 dribbling up the near side, running out of room, cuts back, knocked away again by McGee to Lindgren Palm, pass back to Siegel. Siegel dribbling, pass across the middle to Berkson. Berkson sends it out to the far side to Baker Dimmock. Kick forward is knocked away by the Newton South defense, recovered now by Hammond. Paige Hammond winds, fakes, dribbles around a defender, dribbles around another, and pass over to Siegel. Siegel dribbling, fires, deflected off the body of a defender, and it is corralled by the goalie. Punted, knocked back by Jernigan, chased down by 13. Now cut off by Cordoba, pass back to Greer, and now up to Hammond. Hammond dribbling through the middle, pass intercepted, or not intercepted as it was corralled by Siegel. Siegel sends one up, misses Kimbrough, and it's going to roll out the back end for a goal kick. Sent up the near side by the Lions. Pass deflects off 8 and rolls out of bounds. Quick throw in from McGee, goes to Siegel. Siegel back to Jernigan, who sends it further back to Greer. Greer up the middle to Hammond. Hammond taps it back to Greer. And back up to Hammond. Hammond dribbling through a hole. Taps a pass to Berkson, who sends it to Cordoba on the outside. Cordoba sends it forward, gets to Kimbrough. Kimbrough Fakes, steps back, trying to work her way through a defender, keeps with the ball, passes back to Baker Dimmock, who lifts a shot to the middle. Oh, off the knee, and it is in! Elin Lindgren Palm. Let's see if I got a decent replay off that. Looks like we got a replay. You see Baker Dimmock lifts it into the box, and it goes off the knee of Lindgren Palm, goes towards the sky, and then just drops right back in. That's, you know what that is? That's like one of those basketball shots that goes off the rim, goes into the air, and just seems to hang in the air for like 5 minutes before it drops through the hoop. Great ball movement by Brookline. And the finish manages to work, does not go over the bar, drops in for the first goal of the game, scored by Elin Lindgren Palm, assisted by Anna Baker Dimmock. With a 1-0 lead. Long kick forward by Brookline as they keep up the forward pressure, but that is going to be out of bounds and another Newton South goal kick. Lindgren Palm has subbed out for Brookline, replaced by number 11, Selena Charbonneau. This one kicked upfield to 11, but pressure knocking it loose. This is Kimbrough now with the ball. Kimbrough gets around a defender. Kimbrough sliced it. I think she was trying to fake out the goalie there, make her think she was going wide so then she could pull it back to the near side. But just ended up slicing the ball. It just didn't, her foot just didn't come across the way she wanted it to. And as a result, you got that one sliced wide. Off 2 hops, the Newton South keeper takes it again. About 22.5 minutes left here in the first half. Brookline with the 1-0 lead off the goal by Lindgren Palm. Siegel controls the ball, passes it back to McGee, now to the middle to Hammond. Sent back to Greer. Greer sends it to the outside, Cordoba, now upfield, finds number 15, Lila Gorman. Gorman lifts it forward, 21 kicks it away, but it knocks back towards Kimbrough. Kimbrough's with the ball poked away from her, recovered by number 5, Alexa Lieberman Wingirder. Hammond swoops in and knocks the ball away. Hammond pass, manages to get to its target, but couldn't be corralled cleanly, but still fighting. Crosser, oh, what a dangerous chance, but they couldn't finish. Now Newton South chases it down and kicks it up to number 24, who missed the pass to number 8 on the outside, and that's going to be Brookline ball. Throw in. Passing around, gets to Charbonneau. Now to Siegel. Siegel sends it through to Kimbrough. Kimbrough lifts it all the way across the field, but it's going to be intercepted by Newton South. But then that pass disrupted. Cordoba fighting and forces a bad pass to that's taken by Siegel. Siegel dribbling, cuts around a defender, fires a shot, and it goes wide. Brookline showing some good ball handling and physicality when fighting through defenders, and it's creating some good scoring chances for them as they got another sub coming in, replacing Lena Bondari Cordoba. Can't quite see the jersey number, but I'll pick it up as we go. Number 29 working up the far side. Kicked up the line. It skips past Greer, but she's going to chase it down and just kick it out of bounds. Throw in coming for Newton South. Tap back, kicked forward, and it bounces past everybody and is scooped up by Morse. Morse punts it. Bounces along, deflects a couple times. Corralled by Brookline. Pass to the middle to Lieberman Wingirter. Now back to, I believe, Hammond. Long pass out to the near side. Kept in bounds by McGee. But taken away by Newton South. Stolen back by Kimbrough. Kimbrough taps one through for Charbonneau. Charbonneau! Stopped by the goalie! Good efforts by the Newton South keeper. Realizing that Selena Charbonneau had a narrow angle that she could shoot through. And so just kind of, stood there like a statue and waited for the ball to come to her. Kimbrough lining up to take the corner kick for Brookline now. Ball flies in, might be too high. It is too high, and it bounces over everybody. Racing after it was Kaylee Coe to keep it in bounds. Now another kick towards the box is caught by the Newton South keeper. Punt is downed by Hammond, but knocked away by the Lions. And now it's Newton South racing upfield, poked away from behind and recovered by Jernigan. Pass off the mark. And the Lions start working it again. Pass to the middle, misses number 17. It was taken for a second, but then taken back by Jernigan. Pass goes up to Siegel. Siegel gets around her defender and starts dribbling upfield. Pass goes through to Charbonneau. Charbonneau to the middle to Siegel. Siegel sends a leader for Kimbrough. No offsides, but also no chance to collect the pass as it rolls out the back end, and it'll be a goal kick. Little less than 18 minutes left here in the first half. We are over halfway through this frame. Brookline with a 1-0 lead over Newton South off the goal from Elin Lindgren-Palm, assisted by Anna Baker-Dimmock. Kick is downed, but taken by the Lions. Sent up the far side. I think this is number 25 racing after it. Kicked away by Coe. Deflected, and it's going to roll out of bounds and be, I believe, Brookline ball. Coe throws it in. Deflects. Pass to the middle. This is Siegel. Siegel gets tripped up from behind but recovers the ball. Trying to dribble through. Touch pass to Hammond. Hammond dribbles back to regroup and passes it back to Jernigan. Jernigan doesn't like what she sees, passes back to Greer. Greer sends it up the middle to an open Hammond. Hammond to the outside to Coe. Coe sends it further up the line to Kimbrough, offsides. Kimbrough's been taking some very aggressive positions off ball on the attacking end. And she's managed to get by without any offsides calls up until that point, but that time she was called. This kick deflects. Pass to the far side. Deflects off 25 and out of bounds. Throw in. Lost out of bounds once again. Lions throw it back in, kicked back, and Kimbrough racing for it, and it's stopped by number 21, but I believe they call a handball. And so this is going to be a free kick for Brookline. It's going to come from about the 25-yard line of the football field. So not too long of a distance and a pretty good angle for a kicker to be taking this. I believe this is Siegel. Low kick, deflects, And I think they whistled Kimbrough for going too high with her kick, too close to the head. And that's the thing. You can stick your leg up in soccer as high as you want, unless there's another player nearby whose head you might come close to kicking. That's just a safety feature. Or it's a rule meant for player safety, I should say. Pass to the near side to McGee. McGee pass to the middle to Hammond. Hammond to the outside to Coe. Coe kicks it upfield, deflects and gets to Kimbrough. Kimbrough stops and pulls back, dribbles towards the middle. Now a pass through, finds its target. That's Hammond. Hammond gives it to Siegel. Siegel cutting back towards the middle, winds and fires, and pops it wide. You like the idea on some of these shots that Siegel's firing. It's just she's only getting about a half a step off her defenders. It's good that she's able to create a shot off that angle, just she can't get the kind of controlled shot you would like when you've only got that half step. A few subs checking in on both sides now. Brookline sending in a few, among them Elin Lindgren-Palm returns to the game. And that goal kick given to the back, but stolen back by Kimbrough. Pass back to Lindgren-Palm. Now taps it back to Kimbrough on the baseline. Offsides. Free kick from Newton South. Bounces along, gets up to 22. 22 fakes around a defender, passes up the near side, and number 8 fends off the box out and keeps with the ball. Lindgren-Palm keeps trying to cut her off and lost out the back end. And that'll be a goal kick for Brookline. It was an impressive effort by number 8 with Elin Lindgren-Palm in pursuit, but disrupted just enough. Goal kick being taken, I believe, by Jernigan. Kick is knocked back. Coe kicks it up the line, deflects a couple ways and rolls out of bounds. Stays Brookline ball. Throws it in up the line, deflects a couple ways, out of bounds. Still Brookline ball as they keep working it upfield. Now Anna Baker-Dimmock, who's one of the subs who came back in, throws it in. Kimbrough trying to fight through the defender, but 21 walls her off. Attempted clear goes right to Baker-Dimmock, who launches one wide of the net. Little less than 12 minutes on the clock here in the first half. Still a 1-0 lead for Brookline. Newton South trying to clear it out with a cross kick, and Lindgren-Palm pops it back into the box off ahead and booted out. Recovered by Coe. Coe, quick pass forward to Kimbrough. Kimbrough getting double teamed, trying to fight her way through, but lost her balance and couldn't keep with the ball. It's knocked loose again and recovered by Siegel. Siegel's pass deflects off a defender and is cleared out by 21. Ricochets like a pinball. 17 had it for a second, but it's taken again by Siegel. Pass to Lindgren-Palm, who tries to send it back. Taken away, but taken back by Hammond. Hammond dribbling around, pass walled off and intercepted. Lions rushing on the counter. Long leading pass for 11, too far, kicked away by Greer. Downed and then recovered by Baker-Dimmock. Baker-Dimmock sends pass forward, knocked away by, I think, 2. Coe battling with 25 along the sideline. And Coe manages to knock it away. Deflects towards the middle, and it is recovered by Hammond. Pass. Tried for a give and go off the mark. And the Lions Trying to work on the counter again. They send it up the near side to number 8. 8 battling through a defender, approaching, firing a crosser, and nobody is there. That one rolls out the back end. That'll be a goal kick. A little less than 10 minutes left in the first half here. This one kicked upfield and then kicked back by 8 off the head of Jernigan. Corralled by 22. This one sliced in the air and ultimately recovered by Brookline, kicked upfield, but disrupted and taken right back by 12. Pass out to 8. 8 kicks it into the box, knocked away. But 8 trying to chase it down again. Disrupted by McGee, and it's taken away. Kick upfield goes to Siegel. Hammond lost her footing, but Siegel recovers, and Siegel just kicks it out of bounds. Throwing up the line. Pass back to 12, kick to the middle, and it's knocked away by Brookline. Kimbrough tried to kick a pass, but it's walled off, sent back to 21, who boots it upfield. 13 battling with Hammond, and it's taken away by Coe. Kicked upfield to Kimbrough. Kimbrough sending a pass cut off and kicked away by 21. Taken by 22. Passed up the far side. Coe is going to get there first. Pass attempted to the outside. Knocked away. Controlled by Brookline. Going up the far side was Baker Dimmock. Tried a pass for Kimbrough. Couldn't receive it cleanly. She's racing after the ball now. And it's knocked out of bounds, and it'll be Newton South ball. A little less than 8 minutes left in the first half now. Throw in, goes off the head of Baker Dimmock into open space and rolls out of bounds, stays Newton South ball. Throw in again. Back and forth, and it's kicked towards midfield, downed by Jernigan. Jernigan, her kick intercepted by 8. 8 trying to fight through multiple defenders, and she does, and kicks it forward. Intercepted, however, by Jernigan. Pass up to Hammond, now over to Siegel. Siegel winds up and kicks a long leading kick, and it's chased down by 21, who passes it back to the goalie, who kicks it upfield. Lions firmly in control now. 12 passes towards the middle. Cut off by Hammond, recovered by Siegel. Pass back to Hammond. Hammond sends it back to Greer. Greer sends it up to Siegel. Siegel tried to fend off number 8, but another defender came in, and we've got a whistle against Brookline there. .21 with the free kick. Gonna bounce out of bounds. Throw in from McGee. Controlled by Hammond. Pass to the outside. Kicked upfield to Baker Dimmock. Baker Dimmock trying to recover it. Fakes out a defender, tries to fight through. It's knocked out of bounds. Baker Dimmock throws it in up the line. Goes off the back of Brookline's other number 1, Astrid Negrovich. It's recovered by Kimbrough. Tries a pass, intercepted by 11. Now Baker Dimmock's kick goes off a foot, and it's going to bounce out the back end, and that'll be a Brookline corner kick. So Brookline's now got 2 number 1s out there. One of them is Paige Hammond. One of them is Astrid Negrovich. And I'm going to, try my best to keep up with that. Baker Dimmock lining up to take this corner for the Warriors. Comes in kind of low. Bounces off a defender's foot. Ko swoops in and recovers. Kicks it in towards the box, and the goalie dives for it as Lindgren Palm was crashing for it once again. Less than 5 minutes left in the half. Deflected down, McGee. Pass forward, intercepted by 8. 8 gets around a defender. Kick forward, knocked away, out of bounds by McGee. Number 12 throws it in, up the line. 22 taps it, and it's knocked away by McGee. Up the line and taken back by the Lions. Pass disrupted by Jernigan, recovered by Lindgren Palm. Pass over to Hammond. Goes back to Greer. Greer pops it out to the far side to Ko. And Ko loses it. Could not chase down the pass. Goes out of bounds. Throw in for Newton South. Greer kicks it back. Ko sends it upfield to Negrovich. Negrovich couldn't fight through the defender. Baker Dimmock comes in and disrupts the ball, though. Recovered by Hammond. Hammond surveys, tries a pass. Intercepted by 8. 8 fights through. Keeps going. Number 8 has been a huge threat for Newton South in transition, but it's knocked out of bounds by McGee. That's going to be a Newton South corner. Credit to Newton South's number 8, as she has been fighting and weaving around defenders a lot here in the first half. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Corner kick comes in off the knee of a Brookline player and kicked out of bounds by Greer. I believe that was Lindgren Palm who got the ball first. Throw-in goes up the line. 22 trying to fight for it again. It's knocked out of bounds by McGee, and again that's going to lead to a corner. This one lifted in towards the box. It's knocked loose, but managed to kick out. 2 feet were going for that one at the same time, but Brookline managed to knock it away. Now Kimbrough racing upfield on the counter. Still going. Trying to fight through, but is walled off by the Lions' defense, and it's kicked out of bounds. Boy, you talk about a swing of the pendulum there. Newton South had a dangerous chance at the net, but then as it's cleared out, it's taken by Kimbrough, and she just went off to the races. This one kicked into the box, deflected out, and corralled by number 8. Long pass up, but nobody there. It's going to be taken by Jernigan. Jernigan pass to the near side to McGee. McGee sends it to the middle to Hammond. Hammond upfield to Negrovich. Pass misses Hammond. Kicked away. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Brookline ball. Clock is frozen at 2 minutes left in the half. We are in stoppage time. So we just have to await the double whistle from the officials to determine when it is halftime. Ball lost out of bounds, now Newton South ball. Throw in. Newton South and Brookline battling there, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Brookline defense. Throw in. Attempted clear from Brookline is deflected, but I believe that was Nigrovich who recovered it. And that is going to be the double whistle for halftime. At half, our score, Brookline 1, Newton South 0. Lone score of the game coming off this goal by Elin Lindgren-Palm, as you see the assist coming from Anna Baker-Dimmock. That is our lone goal so far today, as the Warriors hold the 1-goal lead at half. During this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the food pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And as always, you can see all that information about our local charity spotlight down in the description section down below, the link and the phone number for Brookline Food Pantry. You can also see down in the description section a link to the Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club if you would like to support the Brookline High soccer program financially. And as always, if you are enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming sports live streams. We got plenty of Brookline soccer on the docket this fall, including the second half of today's doubleheader with the varsity game right after this one. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that and more. Subscribe to the channel can help. And of course, if there's anything you'd like to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. But for right now, it is halftime. Brookline 1, Newton South 0. I'm just Mayfield-Sheehan out here in Newton, Massachusetts. I'm going to take a break and mute the mic, but I will be back with the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts. Here to bring you the second half of today's high school JV girls soccer contest between the hosting Newton South High Lions and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. The visiting Warriors holding a 1-0 lead over the Lions off of this lone goal. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong video. Off of this lone goal. Let's hope that's not a sign of things to come, technically speaking. This goal by Elin Lindgren-Palm, assisted by Anna Baker-Dimmock, represents the only score so far today as we move into the second half. Brookline brings in a new goalkeeper between the pipes here in the second half. In the black jersey is Chloe Price, replacing Emily Morse. That is a pretty common practice at this level. You want to get all your goalies as much experience as they can before they move up to potential varsity positions in the future. Particularly Chloe Price, who's already listed as a varsity backup goalie. So we see Newton South getting right off to the races. Number 17 trying to attack down the far side, broken up, taken away by Brookline's number 20, Lele Adande. Brookline trying to clear it out. Broken up, knocked out of bounds. Deflected, taken away by the Lions. The Lions pushing aggressively. The attempted header just barely boxed out by Brookline's Kaylee Coe. And then the kick out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. Give a lot of credit to Kaylee Coe on that play. Coe, one of the smaller players out on the field today, but she boxed out a much bigger number 25 on Newton South side, preventing her from getting into position for a potential header. That could have tied the game there. Big efforts by Kaylee Coe. Back and forth. It's kicked upfield by Coe, headed down by the Lions. Battle for the ball, corralled, and pushed up the near side. 25 tried to push, but was boxed out this time by Hannah Greer. So we see a few different players out on the field here in the second half for Brookline. I mentioned Lele Adande, number 20. We also see a different number 23. We saw Jamison McGee get some playing time as a varsity backup in the first half. But now out there wearing number 23 is Avera Willers, as Brookline tries to work this one upfield, but it's intercepted by the Lions, kicked back. Jernigan lost her footing, and it's stolen away by 25. 25 couldn't get through Greer, though. Hannah Greer coming up with some nice defensive plays early here in the second half as she clears that one out. Newton South trying to work it upfield. Anna Baker-Dimmock applying forward pressure for Brookline, but trips up number 3 and draws the penalty call. This one kicked, deflected a couple of times, chased down by Newton South's number 29. Sent out to the far side. Up the line they go. Dribbles. Nice move through a pair of Brookline defenders going up the far side. Pass up for 17. Stood up by the Brookline defense, and it's wrestled away by Riley Jernigan. Jernigan kicks it. It's knocked back. Back and forth. And it's knocked. Taken back by Newton South. Kicked up the near side. That pass slightly disrupted by Coe and then booted out of bounds by Greer. Throw in. Deflected back and forth. Ko kicks it upfield, knocked down by 29. Kicked back forward by Willers. Goes over Baker Dimmock, and it's corralled by 21. 21 kicks it upfield, knocked back by Adonde. Controlled by 11. 11 kicks it up the far side, and racing after it is 17. 17 passes back to 11. 11 tries to kick through, knocked away by Jernigan. Newton South trying to work it up the far side again. They kick towards the middle. Sea of jerseys in there, and it's ultimately collected by Ko off the deflection. Her kick is taken by Willers. Willers could not get around her defender, and it's knocked away and recovered by number 2. Pass back to 3, who boots it up in the air. It's deflected back by number 25, Anita Jesus. Back and forth, and the pass misses, intercepted by Eva Berkson, who fights through one defender. Defender recovers, though. Berkson tries a pass, walled off by 2, but recovers it herself. Tries another pass again. This time, number 3 disrupts it and corrals it, passes up to 2. 2 up the near side. Pass bouncing through, too far. Collected by Jernigan. Jernigan dribbling pass up the middle. Finds its target. Lieberman Wingirder passes up to Baker Dimmock. Baker Dimmock racing around the defenders. Baker Dimmock might gain the edge, but 21 recovering hard. Baker Dimmock fighting through. Crosser too high. Crosser was a bit too high and a bit too close to the net for a potential header. Now taken away by Jesus. Pass up to Baker Dimmock again. Baker Dimmock taps it back. Long shot. It doesn't have enough on it. And it's taken off one hop by the keeper. Punted off the knee of Willers. Kicked forward, kicked back. Willers recovers, fighting, and it's ultimately taken by number 2. 2 kicks it upfield. Recovered by Ko. Stolen away by 25, but her pass ricochets off the leg of Jesus, and it's chased down by Greer. Back to Price. Price out to the far side to Adonde. Up the line, finds target. That should be Cordoba, number 21. That kick deflected down, stolen away, I believe, by 11. Trying to work it up the far side once again. Long kick. Deflects off of Greer and is taken by Adonde. And Adonde could not keep it in bounds. It'll be a Newton South throw-in. We're a little over 7 minutes into the second half now. And Newton South trying to keep up the pressure as they trail by 1. Pass goes back to Price, and she kicks it out, but it's intercepted. And now is a shot, taken off one hop, and oh, they poked through the rebound! Number 25. Oh, they say no goal. I think they're saying that the Newton South player interfered with the goalie as she was holding the ball. That was a very close play because it looked like Price was juggling it a bit, but I think the officials called that she had just enough control of it, or number 25 interfered just enough to draw a violation call. So no goal. Brookline remains ahead. And that's a lucky break there. Price is just a freshman netminder, and she's got a lot of promise. She's gotten a lot of playing time this year, for both JV and freshman teams, and she's a backup for the varsity team. So she's been all over this season. Shows a lot of promise. You know, that's just a part of her game she's just going to work on as she gains more experience. as she firmly manages to grip that one, as that could have been another potentially dangerous deflection for 25. This one corralled. Negrovic kicks a leader. Lila Gorman charging in and pulled up her speed as she was afraid of colliding with the goalie, and it's kicked away. And you see right there the ramifications of seeing a goalie interference call right before you try and make a play near the goalie. Just the slight pull-up on the speed by Gorman there as Coe pops one towards the box and it one hops into the arms of the keeper. Punted, taken by 29. Kicked up field for 25, gets away from her, and it's taken away by Greer. Pass to Coe, up to Charbonneau, and over to Negrovic. Back to Elin Lindgren-Palm. Now to the near side to Coe. Coe walled off by 2, but she recovers, passes it back to Greer. Greer works it further back to Jernigan as Brookline resets. Jernigan has to fake and passes forward to Negrovic and back to Greer. Greer up the near side. It's bouncing along, and racing after it is Lila Gorman. And Gorman keeping up the forward pressure, keeping up the pursuit, taps a pass through for Charbonneau. Charbonneau sends one through, just broken up as that pass was headed for number 18, Chloe Jean. Lindgren-Palm steals the ball back. Dribbling, taps one through, finds her target. Winding up and firing! Score! Eva Berkson! Let's take a look at the instant replay there as it was sent back. Berkson stopped and just sent a rocket cross for another goal. Eva Berkson makes it a 2-0 game for Brookline. Newton South keeping up the pressure, though, trying to get back in this ball game as Brookline just came through with a big one there to make it a multi-score lead. Right off the heels of that goalie interference call that took a goal off the board for Newton South. That could be a backbreaker if they let it. Number 2 pops it towards the middle. Broken up by Adonde, kicked up field. Out to the far side, it's out of bounds. It'll be Newton South ball. 2-0, Brookline leads Newton South here in the second half. A little less than 28 minutes on the clock out here in Newton. Brookline's 2 goals coming from Elin Lindgren-Palm and now Eva Berkson. And in fact, I believe as that offsides call, I believe it was Lindgren-Palm who got the assist on Berkson's goal. So I think Elin Lindgren-Palm's got a goal and an assist today, while Anna Baker-Dimmock assisted on Lindgren-Palm's goal back in the first half. Now Berkson to Lindgren-Palm, up to Negrovic, back to Lindgren-Palm. Lindgren-Palm sending it forward for Negrovic. Negrovic walled off. Good recovery by the Newton South defense as Brookline was rushing with numbers. Down the far side, this is, I believe, 24. As that one is kicked out of bounds. Throw in for Newton South. Kick it forward, and it's scooped up by Price. Price punts it. Upfield. Bouncing to the outside, it's corralled by Charbonneau. Charbonneau, pass back, disrupted, and it's going to bounce out of bounds and be Newton South ball. Number 2 is just moving faster than the pass itself. Couple subs coming in for Newton North. Back and forth, the kick disrupted by Charbonneau, recovered and kicked upfield, downed by Jernigan, who sends it forward to Lindgren Palm. Taps around the official to Berkson. Berkson fakes and dribbles forward. Fakes again. Now sends a leader to the near side to Coe. Coe's got some space. Coe kicks it into the box, and it's scooped up by the keeper. Punted up in the air. Bounces past Coe. Tangled up with number 3, lost out of bounds, Brookline ball. Throw in to Lindgren Palm, back to Coe. Coe, upfield, deflected into the air by 29 and out of bounds. Coe throws it in. Lindgren Palm again, forward, taken by 21. Pass to the near side, upfield to 29. 29 sends it forward off the mark. Jernigan takes it but can't clear it away. 3 recovers, but her kick goes off the back of 17, and it's taken by Lindgren Palm and sent back to Jernigan. Upfield, it's corralled. I believe that's Gorman sending one through, intended for Nigrovic, but cut off, but the clear goes right to Jean. Jean fires and misses wide. Brookline continues to pour on the pressure here in the second half, already leading by 2 scores as some substitutions come in. 24 minutes left in the game. Brookline leads 2-0. Newton South working it down the near side, trying to find room. Number 2's now got some space, kicks it upfield, knocked away by Jernigan again. Up to Lieberman Wingirter, back to Jernigan. Jernigan sends it forward to Gorman. A little bit of indecision on who is going to take it, but ultimately Gorman does get a pass up to Nigrovic, who fires a shot, and that is going to... That's in! Oh my gosh, that bounced in! Astrid Nigrovic off the assist from Lila Gorman. As we see the shot, I was so surprised I barely managed to catch the replay on that one, but that one just snuck into the net and made it 3-0. Coe kicks it forward to Gorman. Gorman trying to fight against 22, but 22 takes it away. A 3-goal lead now for Brookline, as Astrid Nigrovic kind of just snuck that one in. It looks like it was going to go wide, but just snuck it around the post. Just over 22 minutes left. Brookline with a 3-goal lead. Throw in to Jesus. Now popped in the air by Greer, off ahead of Gorman, and kicked out of bounds by the Lions' defense. Throw in from Coe. Knocked down, but Coe recovers it, sends it towards the box, and it's booted right back out by Newton South. Another throw in for Brookline. Thrown in. Pass to the middle, disrupted and kicked away. 17. Racing upfield, kicked away by Greer, recovered by Coe. Coe sends it forward, deflected and taken by 29. Kicked up 17. 17 sends a leader down the near side. Number 2 could not keep it in bounds. Throw in, Jesus kicks it up in the air. Corralled by Willers, nice pass upfield, gets to Lindgren Palm, who's sending a leader. Racing for it is Gorman. Gorman walled by the keeper. Some nice ball movement by Brookline, but the last leading pass just a little too far, and Gorman ended up colliding head first with the Newton South keeper. Both of them okay, but crazy play there. Gorman walled once again by the defense. Jesus rips the ball away, kicks it to the middle. Lieberman-Wingirter's pass knocked away. Taken back by Lindgren Palm, passed up to Nigrovic. Nigrovic gaining the edge. Crosser bouncing through, just out of reach. Attempted clear, walled down by Coe. Coe trying to fight. Still fighting and scrumming, and Willers comes in, passes to the middle to Gorman. Gorman walled off by 21, recovered by Willers. Willers tries to kick a centering kick, deflected away. Lieberman-Wingirter pushes it forward, but it's walled down by the Lions, and they work it out of the box. We're a little over halfway through the second half. Brookline leading 3-0 off of goals from Elin Lindgren Palm and Eva Berkson and Astrid Nigrovic. Throw in to Willers. Pass intercepted, kicked away. Jesus kicks it back. 21's kick deflected away by Nigrovic. It goes out of bounds. Some of the varsity players on both sides starting to congregate over on the far sidelines. Remember, we will have live coverage of the varsity game as well on this channel right after this game concludes. Willers tries crosser, goes out of bounds, goal kick. Number 4 working it up the near side and ran out of room due to the forward pressure from Willers. Throw in for Jesus, forward to Gorman, and that one misses Willers and is going to roll out of bounds. Throw in. Coe manages to push it forward to Gorman. Now knocked back by Jesus. Kicked back, and it's corralled by 24. He's working it up the far side. Nigrovic in pursuit. Disrupts it. And a collision of players, and I'm not sure if they called a penalty or what. I think they called a penalty on Brookline, and this will be a free kick for Newton South. Kick off the head of Adonde and out of bounds. This will be a corner for the Lions. Kick comes in, deflects, and just barely kicked out by Willers. And Nigrovic trying to apply some forward pressure and manages to jerk the ball loose. Brookline working on offense now. Gorman gets around her defender. Lila Gorman off to the races. Try to pass. Walled off by 21. Gorman recovers the ball. Kicks it back. Fighting through. I think that's Lindgren Palm. Kicks across her. Deflected back out. Now a shot. Rolling. And it's scooped up by the keeper. Keeper punts it up to number 3. Kicked out by Greer. 15 minutes left in this game. 3-0 the Brookline lead as we get some subs coming in on both sides. Among them for Brookline, I see Anna Baker-Dimmock. I see Chloe Jean, and I believe I saw Lena Bondari Cordoba. Throw in. Corralled by 3. Pass for 25, disrupted by Coe. Kicked towards the middle. Kicked back. And a hard collision of feet at the ball between Greer and 26, but it results in a clear. Gorman pushes it forward, but could not pursue it, and it's taken by the keeper. Keeper kicks up the middle, taken by Jean. Jean pass forward, long shot coming, one hops into the arms of the Newton South keeper. Punted, kicked back, and that was Berkson who was trying to fight through but could not do it. Thrown in up the line. Back and forth. And out of the scrum, it's lost out of bounds. Newton South ball. Trying to fight through. Very physical scrum, and it's cleared away by Jernigan. Cordoba kicks it further up the line. Newton South going to chase that one down. Trying to work it down that far side. I think that's 22. Kicks one, kicked away by Jernigan. Again, Newton South trying to work through those tight spaces on the far side. Kick forward, kicked away by Jernigan. Now Brookline trying to work it forward. Gorman still trying to fight it. And now it is taken and raced forward. I believe that's Lieberman Wingirter sending a leader over the head of Baker-Dimmock, and chasing it down is number 4 to cut off the potential offensive chance. Little over 12 minutes left in this game. Throw in for Lieberman Wingirter. Knocked out of bounds. Coe throws it in. Baker-Dimmock could not keep it in bounds, and it'll be Newton South ball. Another throw in, lost out of bounds. Deflects back and forth. Kicked forward by Chloe Jean. Off of several ricochets. Couple players scrumming for it. Penalty called on Newton South as they tripped up Anna Baker-Dimmock from behind. Baker Dimmock got a pretty interesting angle to take this free kick from, parallel with about the 20-yard line of the football field. Launches it. This is a shot, and it's caught by the keeper. Keeper punts it. Off ahead, kicked back. Over everyone's head. Greer chasing after it. And Greer decides to keep it away from everybody and knock it out of bounds. Subs checking in for Newton South now. 10.5 minutes left in this JV contest. Remember to check out our live stream of the varsity game right after this one. Baker Dimmock trying to work it forward, but it's taken away by 4. Pass back to 29. Further back, 21 manages to corral it, but it's taken away by the Warriors. But the kick is walled off, and we've got some kind of violation, a penalty or a handball. Jernigan. Kick is downed. Corralled, I believe, by 17. Tap to the outside. Sent forward again to 17. Walled off by Greer. Greer clears it. Back to the Newton South end. 4 with no room to go. But it is kicked out by Baker Dimmock. It'll be Newton South ball. Downed. Baker Dimmock's kick knocked out of bounds. Baker Dimmock throws it in, deflects a couple different ways, and is ultimately cleared out by the Lions. Up the near side. And it's collected by 2. 2 racing up the field. Coe in pursuit. Coe cuts her off and steals the ball away. Coe's attempted clear manages to be collected by Alexa Lieberman-Wingirter. Kick upfield collected, but then taken by Baker Dimmock. Gets around her defender. Baker Dimmock racing upfield. Still fighting. And now we've got a penalty called on Baker Dimmock. This will be a free kick for Newton South. 8 minutes to go. Brookline leads by 3. Kick off the body of 2. Newton South keeping with it. 2 trying to work the near side, but cut off by Coe. Pass goes back to Jean. Fights through the deflection and gets passed forward. A leader for Lieberman-Wingirter, who fires a shot, and it's going to roll harmlessly into the arms of the keeper. Sent up the far side now, but deflected loose and cleared out by Adonde. Knocked out of bounds again. It'll stay Newton South ball. Up the line again. Fighting through. Adonde lost out of bounds. And Newton South trying to work it up the far side. They send a leading pass. Kick is wide of the net. And they say it was deflected out by Brookline, and so that's going to be a corner for the Lions. Into the air it goes, and it deflects out. And Jean boots it upfield. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left here. Crosser into the box. Weird deflection off a couple bodies. Goes out of bounds. It'll be another corner for Newton South. We got our first note in the live chat from Caitlin, too. A very simple, go Brookline. Remember, no matter which team you're rooting for, we appreciate fans bringing the good vibes and supporting their favorite teams and players in the live chat. So thank you for the comment, Caitlin, as that kick missed just wide. That was one of the better chances Newton South has had today. Clock is frozen at 5 minutes. We are in stoppage time here in the second half. We had some subs check in. Among them, I see number 11, Selena Charbonneau. Booted up, bouncing along. And Charbonneau sends a leading kick. It's a race to the ball, and Newton South wins the race, but Baker Dimmock's not giving up. Baker Dimmock cuts around one defender, but another one cuts in and knocks it out of bounds. She outpaced 15, but 29 came in as backup and knocked it out. That'll be a corner for Brookline. Baker Dimmock setting up to kick the corner. She's just going to tap it in, and it's given right back to her. She slipped, though, and doesn't have as much space as she thought. She tries to fight through one defender, sends a pass through, broken up and kicked away. Race for the ball, simply knocked out of bounds by Jernigan. Number 2 throws it in. 29 back to 2, back to 29. Pass deflects right back to 29, and now up to 2. Back to 29. Couldn't get a clean pass away. It's kicked away by Berkson up to Baker Dimmock, who gets walled by a bunch of orange jerseys. Recovered by 21, kicked out to the far side. Sent up the far side, and it's a race to the ball, and Jernigan gets there first and knocks it out. Jernigan's been everywhere on defense for Brookline today, showing some strong play as a center back. Newton South trying to work through a very tight space on the far side. They get a kick through, and it's corralled by Coe, who tries to clear it, and it just bounces past 29. It's recovered by 4. Tap back for 21. 21 turns around. Lieberman Wingirder in pursuit. Gets a pass, but it skips away, and it's taken by Berkson. Berkson sends leader for Baker Dimmock. No, yes, offsides call. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. That was a good call. That was a good offsides call. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The rule of thumb for any who are struggling to understand offsides in soccer, if the player seems too open to be true, it's probably not true. They're probably offsides. And that was certainly the case with that leading kick for Baker Dimmock, as she had a good couple of steps on the defenders. Throw in. Kick back and forth, popped up in the air, and this might be a big chance. 24 had it for a second, but disrupted by Jernigan, who knocks it out of bounds. Throw in disrupted by Coe. Coe's kick goes off the back of Charbonneau, and Jesus has to clear it out of bounds. Throw in. Corralled by 21. Tried to kick it to the middle, but not there. It's booted away. Dribbling. Pass knocked back. 21 trying to work it upfield. Adonde kicks it back up. Pass up and back. Lions trying to work it up the far side again. Walled off by Adonde. Only the officials know how much time is left in this one, as we simply have to wait for the triple whistle. Brookline leading 3-0 here in stoppage time of the second half. And there's the triple whistle right on cue. The Brookline High Warriors take care of business here in the JV game. The final score here at Newton South High School, the Brookline Warriors 3, the Newton South Lions 0. Brookline got 1 goal in the first half off of Elin Lindgren-Palm, assisted by Anna Baker-Dimmock. Then got 2 goals in the second half, one from Eva Berkson, assisted by Lindgren-Palm, and then one from Astrid Nigrovich, assisted by Lila Cannon. Lila Gorman, excuse me. Lila Gorman got the assist. My fault there. Well, that's going to do it. Be sure to stick around on this channel for the stream of the varsity game. And remember, as always, if you ended up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. If there's anything you'd like to say after the stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. Also, go down below to the description section where you can see a link to the Venmo account for the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club if you want to support Brookline High Soccer monetarily. You can also see information about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry, link and phone number in the description section. And you can also see some information about me, the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. And if you want to skip all that and just get to requesting my coverage of a game, you can email me directly with any questions or requests you may have. And remember to follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that's going to do it. Brookline 3, Newton South 0. From Newton South High School in Newton, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.